Welcome back to Everspace 2. JC here, and last time the shit proverbially hit the fan, and now, well, we're trying to make everything work. But before we carry on and deal with the rest of everything else that we need to do, there is story so far. Well, that tells me secret base, the colonial cruiser, cellmate, and then taken hostage. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else so far. Characters. It's just, why would we actually know about this person at this point, or any of these? Bit of a giveaway. This, Adam Roslin, the character that we play, was the main character in the first game, and it will explain something about that. My aim at this point is to try and actually make it explain it. I have not played the first game, but I have watched the story parts of it, so I at least roughly know what happened. Hopefully it should actually tell roughly what's going on. So, current whereabouts. Believed to have died circa 3055, although numerous sightings have created rumours of his continued existence, both as a ranking GMB operative and an outlaw element persistently causing problems for GMB. Yes, there's a lot of him. Reasons. Acted as Chief Science Officer at the Colonial Fleet, overseeing cloning operations in the DMZ at the outbreak of the Okkar War, was demobbed in 3044 at the discontinuation of the cloning program. As a stipulation of the peace treaty. Was understood to have gone underground and run an illegal cloning lab with partner and fellow former fleet fighter Seth Nobu. The pair were eventually apprehended, although details of what followed were scant. Rumours persist that the pair were involved in the death of Admiral Karin Gurok. Yup. Though pair were involved, there's less of that. I mean, yeah, probably best not to go into things like that at the moment. The world. Bloodstar. Oh, that's the faction that caught us. Colonial Fleet, Prospects, GMB, Prospect, Outlaws. I'm just going to sift through these because we don't really need to know about these things at the moment. It's located in a remote hinterland of the... Yeah. This is... It's an area of space. This is the station we're currently in. Oh, that's where we were being held. Here we are. Actual information. Yes, the Okkar Wars. The first arrival of colonial mining interests in 3022 CE, Sol. The Okkar experienced a dramatic shift in how they perceived their relation to the universe and how other civilizations should potentially encroach upon their homeworlds. The subsequent arrival of the colonial fleet and establishment of jump gates escalated tensions in the cluster, which eventually triggered an all-out war between the species. Equally matched in strength and sophistication, the Arcar held their ground against the colonials to devastating effect. A ceasefire was broken out of the necessity, as there was no clear projected victor. The Demilitarized Zone, DMZ, was established as part of the subsequent peace treaty, delineating new limits for each of the species' territories, which the Arcar were given the rights to administer. Weapons. That's a very nice looking gun. That's also a nice looking gun. That's a railgun. Tasty. Can I get me some of them? Scattered across the DMZs are an assortment of combat tools and gadgets displaced from recent skirmishes and infighting. Although some equipment also dates as far back as the Arcar Colonial War, primary weapons use a fighter's rechargeable energy reserves to barrage an area with projectiles and beams, while secondary weapons consume ammo as they are physically launched towards the target. Missiles, normally. Modules are independent systems that a fighter needs to stay in pristine operating conditions. Consumables are trinkets that can turn the tide of an ill-begotten fate, but are limited to one-time use. Information on cloning. Well, I said we're going to go through this. I'm going through this relatively quickly. We should be near the end of this now. We know what cloning is. Cloning is an artificial replication of organic life forms. I'm getting callbacks to Mass Effect. I only finished that like last week. Which humans have progressively studied for centuries to the point of successfully being able to copy themselves. Still controversial for its wider implications, it is only practiced in a limited capacity in colonial-controlled areas for the growth and storage of spare organs for the wealthiest individuals. Of course, it's allowed for the wealthy. It's always the same, isn't it? Money, corruption, all that bullshit. However, this technology was deployed during the Arcar War in order to reduce the number of colonial fleet casualties on the front. Cloned pilots were despised by the Arcar and the fleet personnel alike. And at the cessation of hostilities, it was stipulated in the peace treaty that cloning would be made illegal in perpetuity. There have been instances and evidence, however, of outlaw elements using cloning to provoke Arcar anger, or to operate a black market in organs. Details of these occurrences remain vague. This outlaw elements using cloning to provoke Arcar anger, that is basically the underlying premise behind the previous game. Yeah, they were trying to piss them off to spark the war up again because some general wanted to just be warmonger. The DMZ, yep, upon arrival in Cluster 34 in the early 31st century, the colonial fleet's first encounter with the equally matched Arcar race proved disastrous, leading to all-out conflict and widespread mutual destruction. This put an abrupt halt to unchecked colonial expansion for the first time since it began. Dum-da-dum. Yeah, being shot at normally does that. Current uneasy peace is upheld by imposition of a demilitarized zone, a DMZ, between the two factions, administered and patrolled by the Arcar territory's prior claimants. Colonial mining operations are permitted to continue operations as part of this agreement. And Cluster 34, the area of space we are in. Sworn I read right at the start, but no, there you go. It is. Done. That's it. We are. Oh, there's one tutorials on devices. Yep. Thanks. Right, there we go. We've done all the talky bit. Off the hangar. People's like, okay, that's great. So we won't have to go through that shit again. Yeah, unlikely. You got some background, and that's about it. So let's go and get this stuff sorted, eh? Debris field.
I reckon GMB didn't know you were a clone.
No, just 8 more shifts and they would have paid me a ticket to Eden 12.
Eden 12, huh? That's one ridiculous name.
Do they have lakes there?
Cool. I dig lakes. When I was a kid, my old man used to take me kayaking almost every day. That was on Byron 4, just before the whole place went to hell.
What's kayaking?
You serious? Scrap, we've got a visitor.
Leave him to me.
Maybe a good time to pop that gift bag and try one of your new devices. In the meantime, I'll lock the front door, just in case.
Ah, now it's telling you about damage types, after we've had lots of damage things. There are 2 basic types of damage, kinetic and energy damage. While shields are solely affected by energy damage, armor can only be brought down by kinetic damage. Once the shield is down and the armor destroyed, both damage types will equally decimate the hull. The shield's armor, hull. Most of the time I've been facing stuff with tiny amounts of shields and mostly all hull. Usually a weapon deals both types of damage, but depending on which value is higher, you'll want to use it.
Enemies in range.
Get wrecked! You have fully charged the ship's ULT. Wow. ULTs are special ship abilities that can be activated to unleash a mighty offensive or defensive power. They are usually charged by shooting down enemies and have to be used to be able to charge again. Be sure not to waste your ULT on a single weak enemy, but at the same time don't save it for too long, as it's just a matter of time until the ULT charges again. While active, you can also stop the ULT to preserve the remaining energy. Okay. Ha! That's it!
There, alone again.
He must have detected us when we reactivated the hangar.
So about kayaking.
Kayaking. Best thing ever. Say, they never told us soldier grunts how you clones worked. But I heard they gave you guys fake memory fragments to keep you motivated while fighting. If kayaking isn't in there, someone clearly didn't do their job.
My memories are fragmented, but not fake. They're a mix of random experiences taken from my clone father's life and every incarnation that came before me. All passed on from clone to clone, until they ended up with me.
Holy! So you're some kind of body-hopping immortal soul.
What?
Well, not anymore. The cycle was broken. So this time when I die, I'm done.
You know what I would do if I were you?
No, what?
Something about
I'd
kayaking.
croak before I've been kayaking. I really mean it.
If I ever get the chance, I will. More outlaws.
Make sure that the area is cleared before you head back. Don't want word of our activity here to get around.
And right, this first then. Oh, I got a cooling unit. Yeah. So where's the enemy? Oh, a very long way away. Drift by collection. That was something important, I guess. Well, that's how mining works, ladies and gentlemen. You shoot it. Obviously. Obviously how mining works. You shoot it lots. Yeah. How's the bad guys? How they doing? They're just out there. Keep searching the area for loot. Okay. Any other markers? Nope, there's just one marker. Over there. This is my kind of mining. Pew 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 pew. Oh, that's so good. I suppose I should really deal with this stuff before. Okay, let's go deal with them. Ah, bulletproof container. A cargo unit. I think that's important. Yes, that is. Oh, dismantling. Oh, now I have access to crafting. Way! Just by finding it randomly. Excellent. It's a crappy one, but what do you expect at this point? A cargo unit enables you to dismantle equipment. Dismantling equipment will give you parts that you can that can be used to craft or modify an item. You will also progress in unlocking the blueprint for the respected piece of equipment. To craft an item, select craft on an empty cargo slot, and to modify an existing item, select modify. No shit, Sherlock. Who would have thunk it, huh? Okay, right, let's go and deal with these. How are friends?
Hey, Knockroach was right. We've got new neighbors. Let's give them the tour.
There's quite a lot of traffic around here.
Yeah, something must have happened to our cloaking system. Any luck with those resources yet?
Checked off everything on the list.
Great. Now bring the parts so we can give that reactor a whirl.
Ta-da.
What happened there? Not answering me. No time for a nap, pal.
Just, blacked out for a moment. Not sure what that was.
Blacked out? Anything I should be concerned about? It sounds serious.
No, nothing of the sort. It's just, memory loops. Or, I don't know. Haven't had them for a while.
A clone thing, huh? I think I heard something about that once. If it happens again, I want to know about it. We might need you to get examined. But for now, let's focus on our current needs. And the base.
Companion acquired. Dax. Restock? Sure. 1 homing whistle for 1 credit. Ta-da! Yay! Right, so we've got crafting. We now have access to crafting. We've got 2 cooling units, because, you know. Inventory. I now have nanobots. 3 of 4, so I can only stash another one. Oh, I didn't even put them in. They go there. So on my, I can press the 5 button and heal 30% of my hull. Nice! Normal demand in current system. Can't sell it. Perks. Oh, here we go. I was wondering why there was 2 icons there. It's story and changes. Alright, companion perks. Each companion comes with their own set of perks that can have multiple levels to unlock. Unlocking is done by fulfilling the requirements, normally giving them shit. Sometimes you just need to provide some simple resources, other times you're also asked to accomplish certain tasks. Note that all resources you are investing in a perk cannot be retrieved, so always think about when and how much to invest. Reactor, 0 of 1. Okay. Repair the station's reactor to restore power to all components and unlock further perks. Gonna need 11 scrap metal, 14 crystals, 1 cooling unit. I have to just press. Really? I have to actually press this rather than being a button? Come on, stop being all console-ified. Yep.
Ha! It worked. Never thought I'd miss this shabby place. Those Bloodstar idiots had me locked up for ages.
What do they want from you?
Well, what they want from everyone. Credits and information. Unfortunately for them, I don't share with outlaws. Anyway, this is where we're at right now. We've got lights, climate control, and access to scans of our vicinity.
Can the scans help me navigate Superlight again? I can't fly blind forever.
Good idea. We can't reconnect our navs, or the fleet would immediately locate our asses. But with these scans... Here, have a look.
Cedo Outer Rim, Rhodia Orbit, and Union Bridge? That's as far as we can scan?
It's far enough for now, at least what we need to do next. I need you to fly to all 3 locations, and keep an eye out for little devices we like to call beanies.
Beanies?
That's short for beanbags. They're small DIY signal distractors, and used to keep this base off enemy radars. But obviously they don't anymore.
Sounds like a job for Ben. You need an engineer on this, not me. Why don't we focus on getting him fixed first?
No time. We're lit like a bonfire. If we don't figure out what's wrong with the distractors now, we won't live long enough to save Ben. Tend to the beanies and make us vanish. That'll give us time to figure out what to do with your friend.
Lovely! So we're here. Orbit, undiscovered location. Okay. Outer Rim, undiscovered location. And here, undiscovered location, undiscovered site. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Now, what's going on with crafting? Stop it! Modules. Oh. What? Booster. Improvise. Oh. No, I'm good, thanks. Perks. Okay, repairs. Cruise drive. Tractor beam. Pay only 70% for hull repairs. Ooh. Huh. Not bad. And then we've got data, so vision. Oh dear, that doesn't sound good. What else have we got? More information about resources. Okay. Yep. We read those in game. That done. Cool. Right. Okay. Oh, map. Right. Set waypoint for the orbit. Might as well. But before we head out again and start flying around, shooting stuff and doing all the rest of that stuff, we're out of time. Does seem like I can get sort of one thing done at a time, which is good. That kind of chops it up into episodes. Takes about half an hour to do things, sort of. But that note, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is JC, out.